In this filter function, first function is calculate. Okay. Like see, the calculate is nothing but a filter. Okay. So by using this calculate function, we can filter the values. Okay. So let's see first of all how we can apply the how we can implement the calculate function. Okay. In this, see here. Here, suppose for example, in this I'm creating a measure because all the calculate function always returns a single value only. Okay. So in this so that's the reason I'm applying in the measure itself. Okay. In this calculate, okay, calculate. Here in calculate, okay, in calculate function, first you have to write an aggregation function related only. Okay, what is aggregation function? Sum, min, max, average, count distinct, right? These are the aggregation function. Must and should 100% you have to use aggregation function only. Okay, in calculate aggregation function only we have to use it. Okay, so here in this, what aggregation function you need to perform it? That aggregation function you have to call it here. First you have to write an aggregation function. Suppose I want to perform like sum of sales. Okay, sum operation on sales column on this particular data set. Okay, so financial sales. Okay, see here. So in calculate, what we need to write? First, we need to write an aggregation function. Okay, comma. After that, filter functions you have to write it. So one by one. So initially, we don't want to use any filter function. One by one, we have to use filter function in the calculate. Okay, right now, first category it is aggregation function here. Okay, so for aggregation function, I'm writing here. Then it is showing some of the sales of the particular column. It is showing. Okay, let's see. Measure value where we can put it in the card visual, right? So here. See this calculate measure only. I'm drag and drop here. Okay, so suppose for example, if I'm not selecting any value in the country column, this country column also it is coming from the financial data set, right? In the financial data set, I am filtering a country value. Okay, suppose if I'm selecting Canada related total sales. Okay, if I'm selecting France related total sales. If I'm selecting Germany, January related total sales. If I'm not selecting any value, total sum of sales it will calculate and it will shows it. Understand? Calculate is nothing but a filter. In this, the first you need to perform any aggregation function, sum, min, max, average, count distinct, any aggregation function, you can apply it based on your requirement. Understand clearly or not? Okay,
Yes, please.
so here so here in this, so in calculate, first calculate of that particular aggregation function you need to apply it. In the aggregation function, just you need to pass the column name, then automatically that aggregation related it will calculate it. Okay, so this is how we can perform it. Okay, so another thing is in calculate, not only passing an aggregation function, we can filter the values also. Okay, so either you can perform aggregation functions only also it will works, or also we can pass the filter functions also. Filter. Okay, filter functions means what? That means whatever the filter functions are available in this category, all these functions we can apply it on only in the calculate function. Okay, all these filter functions we can apply it on the calculate. Let's see how it will work. Suppose for example, suppose what is the first function? What is the second function we are discussing? All. Okay, what is all will calculate. Okay, let's see. Suppose for example, okay, in this country column, if I'm selecting a value, then based on the selection of value, it will be changed, right? Okay, suppose for example, I don't want to change the value after filtering it. Suppose without filtering what value it is showing, after filtering also I need to show the same value. Suppose in intermediate, okay, you have total marks are there. Total marks how much it is? 1000. You are getting suppose 900 or 800 something. But total marks, if I change the student name, okay, the total marks cannot be changes, right? Whatever marks you are getting, that only it is changes, but total marks it is not changes. So if you want to change after filtering the values also, if you don't want to change any value, okay, that means so if for that means if you are filtering any value also at that time we don't want to change it. That means before filtering the value, what value is there, after filtering also the same value I need to say it. Same value I need to say it. At that time, what you have to do is you have to use a function called all. Let's see how it will work. Calculate sum of sales, right? Sum of sales I want to calculate, comma. Okay. So up to now in calculate only we are using aggregation functions, not any other thing. Now along with the aggregation operation, we can use the filter functions. What is the first function? All. What is all will do? That means if you don't want to change the value, okay, if you don't want to change the value after filtering also, if you don't want to change the value, you have to use a function called all. In this all function, either you can pass a table name or you can pass a column name. Either you can pass table name or you can pass a column name also. Okay, so if you pass, suppose for example, which table you are which column you are filtering, that column if you pass it. Suppose I'm filtering a column like what column values I'm filtering, country column, right? Suppose that country column I'm passing here. Okay, then what will happen here it is, that means whichever column we are passing, that column if I'm filtering it, okay, then the value cannot be changed. The value cannot be changed. Let's see how it will works. Okay, see here, suppose by default, if I'm not selecting any country value here, okay, then what is the total value it is showing? 11873 millions. If I'm selecting a value also, see, this value cannot be changed here. Understand? If you are filtering a country value, the value cannot be changed. Okay, that means before filtering that country column, what value it is there, same value after filtering also it is showing. That means the value cannot be changed. Okay, if you don't want to change any value, means what function we have to use? All function we have to use it. So in that, okay, in that all function also we have to use it in the country column only. In the country column, first we need to perform aggregation operation, sum of sales. Okay, in this sum of sales will be calculated. Okay, based on what filter function it is? All. In the all, what column I am passing here? Country column. That means whatever column I am passing here, that country column, if I'm filtering that value cannot be changed. Okay, it is fixed. Okay, after filtering also the same value it will shows it. Understand clearly? Suppose Vijay. Okay, in this financial, not only country column, there are different columns are there, right? I have a product column is there, right? I have a product column is there. Suppose if I'm filtering product, means see, the value is changed or not? Changed. Because why it is changed? Because in this particular all function, okay, in this particular all function, we are passing only country column. That means whichever column we are passing, for that column only value cannot be changed. But remaining columns, if you are filtering it, the value will be changed. See here, product. If you don't want to change for product also, then what you need to write? Comma, country, comma, product. That means, so either you can filter country column or you can filter product column. Okay, the value cannot be changed. And so see here, now you can execute it. Then you can see. See here. So if you filter country column, also the value cannot be changed here. Okay, if I'm filtering product also, the value cannot be changed. See here, that means in this particular all function, whatever columns you don't want to change it, those columns you need to mention it here. Suppose, for example, instead of passing the columns here, okay, whatever columns you don't want to filter it, those columns you need to mention it here by putting commas, country, comma, product, comma, segment, something like that. Okay. So instead of passing column name, you can pass the table name also. That means suppose, for example, financial data set, right? That data set. If you pass a financial data set, then what will happen? That means in the financials, okay, in the that means in the financial data set, if you filter any column in that particular data set, the value cannot be changed. Understand clearly, Swagat and Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay. Yes.
Okay, this is how it will works. That means if you pass the
ఇప్పుడు
table name, in the table, whatever columns are there, if you filter any column also, the value cannot be changed. Okay,
మల్టిపుల్
if you
సెలెక్షన్ చేయొచ్చా విజయ్?
huh?
మల్టిపుల్ సెలెక్షన్ చేయొచ్చా?
Yes, you can see even multiple selections also, the value cannot be changed. So in this slicer, while we are discussing about the visualization part, I will tell you what we can select multiple values also, we can do multiple selections also, we can do it everything. Understand clearly?
Yes, Vijay.
Next one is, next one is all cross filter. All cross filter means, okay. All cross filter. So all cross filter also same as it is, but the difference is, the difference between all and all cross filter is, in all we can pass either table name or we can pass a column names, but in all cross filter we can pass only table name. That is the difference, but behavior is same. So whatever table we are passing in all cross filter, that table, in that table, whatever columns we are filtering it, the value cannot be changed. See here. See here, if you filter any column, any value in that particular column, in that particular table, you cannot change that value. That means, see, that means in all cross filter we can pass only the table name. We cannot pass the column names. If you want to pass either table name or a column names means, then we have to use all function. Is it clear, Swagat and Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
Next one is all except. What is all except will do? That means all except is nothing but in all except, first you need to pass the table name, okay, comma, after that column names. What all except will do? In the name itself, you will understand clearly. That means whatever columns we are mentioning, for those columns, the filter will happens. Okay, whatever columns we are not mentioned in that particular table, for all the columns the filter won't happen. Understand? You didn't understand, right? Let's see practically. Suppose I am passing country. Okay, not only one column, you can pass n number of columns here. Okay, so first table name you have to write it. After that you can write n number of columns here itself. Then what will happen in all except is, see here. See here. Suppose, so in all except what we are passing? Country column. Okay. That means only country in that particular table. If you filter the country column, then the value is changed here. Suppose if I'm selecting Germany, Germany based on the Germany, that means that value will be displayed. If I'm selecting Canada, Canada related total sales will be displayed. Understand? But in that particular table, not only country column, remaining columns are there, right? Okay, except the country column, remaining columns are there. That means product segment related columns are, so other columns are also there, right? So for other columns, okay, in all except whatever columns we are mentioned here, For those columns, the filter will happen. Remaining columns in this particular table, if you filter it, filter won't happen. See here, that means for other columns, suppose product is there. If I'm selecting product, see here, the value cannot be changed. That means in all except whatever columns we are mentioned, those columns only filter will happens. Okay. Remaining columns in that particular table, remaining columns means see in this financial data set, see there are different columns are there. See here, for all the columns, if you filter it, the value cannot be changed. Suppose even not only product, suppose I'm taking a segment column. Okay. Okay, I'm taking a segment column. Okay, in this segment column, if I'm selecting enterprise, see here, even I'm filtering a segment column also, the value cannot be changed. Even I'm selecting product also, the value cannot be changed. That means in all except whatever columns we are mentioned, for those columns only filter will happen. Remaining columns in that particular data set cannot be filtered. Understand? So that means if I'm filtering France means then the value will be changing. Understand the difference? Okay. Is it clear, Swagat? Ravi,
Yes, Vijay.
Ravi, is it clear? Next one is all no blank row. Okay. What is all no blank row? Means all no blank row is nothing but in all no in all blank rows also it will be happen. Filter won't happens. Okay. Suppose without blank values, if you are filtering anything, okay. So without blank values, if you filter anything means for that filter won't happens. Then we have to use all no blank row option. In the name itself, filter. What is all will do? Whatever column we are mentioned, for that column filter won't happens, right? So all in all function, blank values are also blank also. If you filter it, value that means a filter won't happens. But if you use all no blank row, what will happen in that particular table or a column name? If you mention the column name in that one, in that suppose you have a blank values are there. In that if you select any, if you filter any blank values, then okay, filter will happens for blank because here all no blank row. That means in that particular column, except blank values, remain for remaining values only filter won't happen. For blank values, filter will happen. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Swagat?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay. Next one is all selected. All selected means, so let's see with example. Now all selected. So here, see in calculate function only, all these functions we have to use it most of the time. Okay, all selected. In this all selected, either you can pass the table name or column name. Okay, Suppose, for example, I'm passing country column. Okay. Either you can pass. In all selected, what will happen? Filter will happens. Okay. So that means, so if you pass the table name or a column name also, the filter will happens to that particular value. Let's see. Okay. If I'm passing country column. Okay, that means filter will happens. That means if you select any value in the country column, then automatically the value will be changed here. Okay, see here, I'm selecting Canada. If I'm selecting Canada, Canada related total says it is showing. If I'm selecting Germany, Germany related total sales it will shows. Understand clearly? Okay, that means all selected is nothing but whatever columns we are mentioned, filter will happens in all selected. Okay, if you pass the table name, complete in the table whatever columns are there. If you filter any column value also, it will filter will happens to that particular one. Understand clearly, Swagat and Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay. Yeah.
Okay, so remaining functions that we can discuss it in tomorrow, like okay, so filter function is very important that I will tell you. Okay, filter lookup value we already discussed it. Okay, and selected value is important. Okay, that we can discuss it tomorrow. Tomorrow we will try to complete filter functions. Okay. Okay, anyone having any doubts in this?